Okay, so today I just want to talk about mixing major and minors a little bit. Sometimes the concept to some people can seem a little hard, so I'm going to kind of break it down to a really easy way you can think about it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take our E minor pentatonic scale. So we're just going to think about, we're just playing over an E7 chord, or just something like that. And we're going to take the E minor pentatonic. So we're just going to first look at it all first position down here like this. So you know your E minor pentatonic. So, which is great. Now you could also throw in those blue notes, right? So you could have that just to add a little variety. Right, there's your blue note. There would be your other blue note. Okay, now, so what we're going to do is we're just going to find the notes that are the minor notes of the E minor pentatonic. So what that's going to be all the G naturals. Okay, well, when we start here, that's a G natural, okay? So let's just first find them. Okay, so we have one here. All right, so the other one is right there, the third string open. Okay, and we keep going. And there's the third. So we have three. There's three G's. So we have the third fret of the high E, the open G, of course, and the third fret of the low E. Very easy to think about. These are the minor tones. So if we go up a half step, it becomes the major tone, right? So if we go, okay, that's G to G sharp. So now that's, if you look at your E chord, right? You have a G sharp in your E chord. A good exercise to start is every time you're playing that G, slide it up a fret. And that's a good way to kind of get you started to hear what that major sound is going to do. It kind of makes a little sweeter sounding. Versus like I said, a good exercise would be just at first, just to play that scale, and just every time you hear that G, go up that half step. That's a great way to start, because we also, one of the things too is whenever you're learning things like this, you want to make sure, because you're also learning with your ear what those sounds are going to sound like when you're playing through those things. Now, another thing is, remember, you can still use your blue notes, so you can add another level to that. So if you add the B flats in there too, so we have, like we talked about, the two blue notes right there. So now we've got, that's a lot of stuff to work with, and a lot of different note choices you can make when you're playing over some blues or rock tunes. It's a lot of stuff you could do with that. There's a lot of possibilities. So let's take this same idea and let's move it up just to where we're not just playing open strings. So we're going to move it to A minor pentatonic, okay? So what I want you to see is the pattern of where these notes are. Even if maybe you don't know all the theory to it, that's fine. You can still see where those minor notes are so that you can understand how to plug it in. All right, so let's take A minor pentatonic. We all know A minor pentatonic. Right? Sweet old A minor pentatonic. All right, we all know A minor pentatonic. So we're going to take so let's find our minor notes. So we're going to find all the C's. So for A minor, all the C's are our minor tones. So the first one, right, that 8th fret of your high E, that's a C. All right, that 5th fret of your G, that's another C. And then the 8th fret of your low E, that's a C. So, okay, so those are our three C's. So we can go up a half step from each one of those. See, we already have sweetened that. That's a lot. So adding these major notes really can sweeten up a sound and really help you have, not just stay straight up in that minor pentatonic thing. Now, again, we could just add our blue notes and have another note to pick from. Right? So now we have the major. Right? So we've added our blue notes. We now have a big run of chromatic tones that we can use. So we're doing the A minor pentatonic. I'm going to start here on this root, the 7th fret of your D. So that's an A. So we have A, and then we're going to go up to that C. That's our minor. Then we add the major, C sharp. Now we've got D. Now we have the blue note, the E flat. And then the next note would be an E. Okay, now those notes right there, we've got if you look at it just straight on one string, so we have this big chromatic run that we can use for a lot of things. Sometimes you'll hear players like walk up that using 3 notes.